Hi, folks. My name's Tom. You're watching Rant District. Today, I'm going to try out something super exciting, some new outer record sleeves. So I went over to Amazon to order some MoFi inner sleeves, like I normally do every now and then when I run out of them. It's normally about like $20 or so for a pack of 50. And on Amazon, it was like, when I went to order, it was like $48. And I was like, wait. And I kept on like rechecking because I'm like, am I looking at this wrong? I went into my orders, looked up an old order, pulled it up. It's like $48. I'm like, that can't be right. So just poked around, went over to SleeveCity.com. I don't think I've ordered from Sleeve City in the past. And it was maybe like $28 there. I'm like, all right, supply chain bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Materials, blah, blah, blah. All right, 28 is like, all right, I don't buy them that often. I just kind of, as I play a record, if it's not already in a MoFi sleeve, inner sleeve, I put it in one. I like them because of the anti-static quality in particular. I generally have very few, if any, problems with static. And, number one, having clean records helps, but putting them in those MoFi sleeves, I think, helps too. So anyway, one thing that's been bugging me lately, because I've been playing it a lot lately, is whenever I play the Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique, it's like a 8-panel record. It's kind of thick, so I've completely created a larger outer sleeve by essentially taping, like cutting two apart and then putting two together to make the outer sleeve, because this record is so friggin' thick that it just doesn't fit well into a standard record sleeve. So I figured I'd give Sleeve City has these sleeves that are they call them Oversized Ultimate Outer 5.0. Off the top of my head, I think there were, I don't know, $25, $26, somewhere around there. I think it's a pack of 50, so just going to crack it open and see how these do. I think they're just a little bit larger. I want to say they're 13 by 13 instead of 12 3/4 by 12 3/4 inches. Not quite as clear as I would like, but that's all right. So let's see how easily this slips in here. That's what he said. Come on now. Still a little awkward. I am particularly clumsy. I might have to just fast forward this in editing, because I think this is really just a me thing, not a sleeve thing. No, there it goes. A little snug, but it works. If you're not as clumsy as me, you can get that in there pretty easily. So that'll replace my essentially my Frankenstein, put together monster sleeve. So that was the Beastie Boys Paul's Boutique. It's not perfect because, ideally for something that's bigger like this, like a thick gatefold, the bottom would not be just like a pointed ridge. It would be kind of like boxed, sort of. So, I don't know. It's good enough. Maybe. It's better than what I had. Alright, so let's try another one. This one is tight. That's what he said. This is gray, shades of. It's 2020, I think, reissue. that James Buttery turned me on to of a 2010 initial, I think, CD release. This is Jean-Michel Basquiat's band that's from the late 70s, early 80s, very industrial, avant-garde, a little bit of hip-hop in there. But this is what, 1, 2, 3 records. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a 3-record thing. So this thing is thick. That's what she said. I'm here all day, folks. So let's try and see if this fits. Because the sleeve that was in was super tight. Alright, let's give that a shot. Let's see. Might be a little snug. Will it go? Will it fit? Maybe not that way. Maybe, let's see. Sleeving things is not one of my skills. Sleeving them quickly anyway. Alright, let's see. Nope. Maybe. This will teach me to buy double and triple LP releases, if nothing else. I can't. The music's so good. Paul's Boutique by Beastie Boys is just fucking amazing. And this album, Gray by Gray, called Shades of, this compilation, it is wonderful. Probably still available on Bandcamp. Definitely available on CD as well. It's really, really fantastic music, in my opinion. You know, there's a fair amount of the no wave aesthetic to it. So you kind of have to be into that to a certain degree. Alright, let's see. Kind of squeezing it in. Oddly enough, it's not really any better than what I had. It's a pain in the ass to get it in there. And you know, you still got that excess on the bottom because it doesn't go all the way flush to the bottom. I don't know. It's alright. It's a little less cloudy than the one I had it in, but it's really tighter than I would like. That's not what he said. And then lastly, the Craft One Step by John Coltrane of Lush Life. This is a box set, so I'm guessing this won't fit, but it's a thin box set, like also known as the good kind of box set. Drives me nuts to the point where I don't actually have things like, if something's like a single album or maybe a double LP, and it's put in a box that's that takes up, an inch or something, or just like 3 times the size of this, it's just hogging space on the shelf, and that's usually not deserved. So will this fit? Not happening. Oh well. Well, I'm sure those will be good. These will be good for the standard gatefolds that I have of a lot of things. I mean, I was pressing it by putting a triple LP and as well as a double LP that has, basically it's an 8-panel album, so it's thick. So those were going to be the tough ones, and the Coltrane box set, I didn't really expect it to fit. So I think these will still be nice for for the standard gatefold records I have, um, but not as good as I'd hope. So maybe I need something a little bit larger for some of these. I don't know. Sleeves are a pain in the ass. There's a part of me that just feels dopey to begin with by putting my records in outer sleeves to begin with. You know, it's not something I did as a kid. And I get it. I mean, I do get it, particularly for the wear on the bottom edge of a sleeve. You know, just sliding it in and out of a shelf all the time. So, you know, that edge can take a beating. The outer of the sleeve, you know, if your aim is not really to sell the records, you know, if you're just trying to enjoy them, which is what I do, I feel, you know, it's like, why am I sleeving these? I would save more space on the shelf without them. But it's just one of those things, you know. It's like I don't like to think of myself as a OCD-ish, but here we are. Anyway, I'm babbling at this point. I'm going to sign off and wish there was real hockey on instead of this all-star bullshit. You know what? I'm gonna add a little bit to this review of these. The heck was it? Sleeve City number 9390 Disc Keeper Deluxe Oversized Ultimate Outer 5.0 sleeves. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. I don't. Here's the deal. You know, with Paul's Boutique, you know, take a look and you can see like how high, you know, in the sleeve this record sits. It doesn't sit flat, and you know, it's just because you have that seam at the bottom and the corner is sharp. I mean, it just doesn't. I'm pressing down on it, trying to push it down. It doesn't go down any further, so it's going to sit a little oddly tall compared to. This is Mod Billy by Billy Bob Thornton's band Boxmasters. Great, you know, authentic country in my opinion. Really fantastic country music if you like that. But you know, this is a gatefold record in a standard sleeve. But you see how the record, you know, sits all the way at the bottom, because that the seam at the bottom is not pushing out. And see how like the corner like lets the record go all the way down to the bottom compared to this Sleeve City sleeve. Where it just, you know, it sits up. I'm not digging that. I'm not digging the design. I mean, I really wish it wasn't a 5mm sleeve. That's a little too thick, I think. It just feels too thick, and you know, every little bit of shelf space counts. So, you know, I got them. I'll use them. Maybe I'll see how they do on some gatefolds. But if the record's sitting up like that, you know, not going all the way to the bottom and sitting oddly on the shelf, that's gonna be a fail to me. It's $26, whatever it was. Not the end of the world, but not something I'd recommend at this point. Anyway, thanks for watching.